Hello and welcome to our Weather Watchers. Ooh, that noise was me watching our live stream, and the sound was on my laptop. Hi, but just a friendly reminder, right now we are streaming live on Facebook as of 11 a.m., but this is airing at 3 p.m. on FCN Plus. So good morning, Mike. How are you?
Good morning. Yeah, we got a lot of fun going on here downtown, and we started with that streaming of the parade that's getting underway here.
Yeah, let's take another look.
And gorgeous. And we were just talking before the show how the downtown is just being transformed before our eyes, Lee.
It is. That's the new Four Seasons going in. It looks beautiful already, and it's not even complete yet. Oh, look, is that the front of the parade right there? See the flag?
Yeah, I think so. There's a beautiful American flag. And we were telling folks, we had a cold start this morning, and we were talking about our weather impact alert, but it has since been lifted, and we now have the sunny, beautiful part of the day. And it's still a little cold out there, but we were talking about how the sun really helps us here in Florida. As long as you're out in the sun, it feels pretty good. Our 55 in Florida feels a lot different than the 55, say, for instance, in New York City.
Absolutely. And so with this sunshine, I was outside and it was still in the 30s, but it didn't quite feel like it if you're dressed appropriately. And you can see everyone out there has their long sleeves on. They're ready to go. And our temperatures as of 11 a.m. with the start of this, right around 45 degrees. And so these temperatures will continue to warm through the 40s and into the 50s later on today. Lots of sunshine out there too. So
one of my favorite things is parades. I mean, we're talking about. So last year you were here for the parade that was postponed. Do you remember what happened?
That there was ice. There was the risk of ice. It was freezing. Yes. Today is cold, but last year it was too bitter. I think we had some. I think the ice was the main concern, right?
Yeah, I looked up the temperatures, and that 47 may have been probably a high at midnight. I bet something else was going on. So you don't remember 47. Brutal. It was just brutally cold.
Yes, because I was sitting by the window over there with Tim Deegan, and we were talking about it. We're like, wouldn't want to be out there.
And I'm sure you have. So if you don't know, am I allowed to say behind-the-scenes stuff about what you do? I saw Lee this morning with a electric blanket. I've never seen a mobile electric blanket. Was that what you just plugged? Is that for people on the go?
Plugged in at my desk.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know if that's legal here in the building.
I just thought you got a mobile on the go.
Because we had to go to the meeting, so I unplugged it because I didn't want to unwrap myself and walked over to see you guys.
You're a true Florida girl, so it makes sense.
It's too cold. You know what? Speaking of Florida and cold, we got some Weather Watchers photos of frost at the beach. And I always think this is so interesting to see the frost on the boardwalks. I mean, it's not something you see pretty often.
Right. So if you look at the average frost inland compared to the beach, it's crazy how different it is. You go to Waycross, they average about 40 freezes per year. Jacksonville International, still about a dozen a year. It comes out to like 12 to 15. By the time you get to the beach, cut that in a quarter, like 4 or 5 times a year. There's not much frost out there. It freezes due to the warmer water. But this morning, Brenda Cook-Link, I know she always does such a great job. She found a frosty boardwalk for sure, and then you see some more frost on the leaves there. So that polar air has really been dominating our weather here over the past week. It's been a crazy pattern.
I was just thinking, because she's usually taking all of her photos out of Fernandina Beach.
Yeah.
And that's where I grew up. And I distinctly remember every time it was cold enough for this to happen in my childhood, because like you said, it's so rare.
That's interesting.
I remember my parents would go out there and willingly almost kill the bushes just to get some icicles on the plants so my brother and I could experience the Florida snow.
That's awesome. Yeah, and that's our nickname, so the Florida snow. This weekend, of course, we had the real Florida snow. The same areas that got hit last year, Milton, that had the snow record of 8 to 10 inches, got another ½ inch to an inch of snow. So it was pretty amazing, this pattern we've been in, delivering the Florida snow and then the Florida snow, the real actual Florida snow. And as you take a look at why, I mean, plenty of cold air in place, right? We got 25 Jacksonville for the low. Boy, we dropped. What was interestingly, so getting in at 3, I said, okay, everything's on track. The temperatures weren't falling too much. We were like 31, and we had this brisk wind and wind chills in the low 20s. And then as the morning went on, once we got to like 5:36, I said, oh, we got a calm wind now, and we're going to drop like a rock.
Oh, man.
So when you're forecasting these lows, it's amazing. Even a cloud or two, clouds, and we look at wind. But this morning it was all about the polar high pressure moving in. And then we dropped all the way down to 25 degrees. Whereas I was leaning, I said, okay, maybe we'll get a break from the worst and be closer to 30. But that just goes to show you what the clear, crisp, and calm can do.
And that's why I would love to have this discussion too, coming up here in a couple of slides. But for my noon newscast, dropped our low for tonight down to 30 from 32.
That's probably a good idea.
I saw that the wind was a little bit calmer too. As we know, these clear, calm nights, these temperatures can drop. So
right, and the dew point should still be pretty low. I don't think they're coming up a bit, so that's good.
They will, though. A little bit of a tease as we get
later
some
on.
Warmth.
But not tonight.
Not tonight. If you are looking for the warm weather, we do have relief in sight, which we will tell you about here in a couple of minutes. But first, we have to get through this cold. So a sunny but chilly MLK Junior day with temperatures sitting right around 56 degrees, 4-hour highs. Here's a look across the First Coast, and most all of us coming in the middle 50s. I mean, 52 for a high in Lake City. Same for St. Simon's Island. That's pretty chilly out there, Mike. And
I have the chicken noodle going on here. Chicken and noodles is what we were serving on Good Morning Jackson.
Ooh,
so we know we got that streaming show for 4 hours. So we cook. This is what's left of it. This was full this morning. Can you see that? So comfort food at its finest.
Nice.
There you go.
So it's not chicken noodle soup, just chicken and noodles.
You put a little chicken broth in there, gives it a little substance and a little extra kick, and then just noodles. Very simple to make.
Yeah, Saturday I had chicken and dumplings for dinner. A nice warm meal. It was nice and hearty.
And then Jessica Clark brought chili this morning, so I had a little bit of chili.
Oh, that's perfect.
So tonight for dinner, I'm kind of leaning chili.
Yes.
You got
chili, soup. I've talked to Channing about this. She and I both lived in Louisiana. This is gumbo weather.
Oh, gosh. I can only imagine that spice really warms you up.
Oh, it's so pretty. Channing says she can make a good gumbo. I do not trust myself with that roux, but
Yeah,
I have been
that's
waiting
tough.
for her to show up with the gumbo, so we got to tell her, bring it into the station, warm us all up. It'd be great.
Right. So I'm ready for not just warm food, I'm ready for warm weather, Lee.
Me too, but we got
It's
another
time.
freezing night. I mean,
Well, one more. It's not, we're getting there.
We're getting there. But here's a look at the next several hours, again, for the afternoon through the evening and overnight. And so those temperatures will rapidly drop. I do think, like you and I were talking about, under the sunshine, it doesn't feel as bad out there at least. But once the sun goes down, temperatures plummet. We quickly drop out of the 50s, quickly drop through the 40s, and then slowly, gradually continue to drop through the 30s.
Yeah, so there it is. There's that light wind. You're talking about the crisp. We got the clear skies. Some of the models show some clouds coming in. And again, it'll be interesting to see how fast those clouds move in tonight. I'm thinking as we go through tomorrow. So we got the light wind and temperatures. That's good, right? Around 30 degrees. But the beaches, good news for Fernandina. I think just above the threshold for frost. We got 37, 36. It's going to be close. So maybe a little bit more tonight. But I think, again, the coldest of the week is over with for this week. And tonight we are going to have some freeze warnings, mainly I-95 to the west. So don't be surprised with that. And then that'll go into effect as we head into about 1 a.m. to about, once again, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. So once we get through one more light freeze, we're calling for it, we're talking about a little warmer. The only thing keeping us from 60 tomorrow, I think, is some of those clouds I was talking about moving in. That's a sign polar air is kind of moving out for a little bit here. So Gainesville, a great town.
Amen.
Lee knows all about that. There's our 60-degree there for you, Lee. And I'll be heading to Gainesville tomorrow for a big basketball game. They play LSU, so I got my tickets.
Oh my gosh, amazing. What time is the game tomorrow?
It's at 7:30, I believe. So
Nice.
I'll have to check out some of their nice fine dining before I head out. But
What's your favorite restaurant in Gainesville?
man, I've been to so many. Of course, we've hit the Swamp, but there's some other
Swamp is a
ones I
good
want to try out.
classic.
There's the one with the special chicken sandwiches.
Special chicken sandwiches.
They have not the. Not
Is it near campus? Is it walkable? Okay.
It's walkable. There's like
thinking
so
about it.
many. And then what
So
about
good.
breakfast? Where would you go for brunch is another question.
Okay, so the place I went to in college,
Yeah.
I don't think it's open anymore, which is sad. But it was walkable to campus. We went to a place called Bagels and Noodles.
Oh, that'd
all
be
the
fun.
time. But then you think they've got like the Metro Diner and all those like good biscuit, Maple Street Biscuit. I think that's still in Gainesville, so
Yeah.
it's a good spot.
So I'll find a spot. Satchels, of course, I love
Satchels. Oh, Satchels is so good. I miss Leonardo's, but I'm glad Satchels is still around.
And then Opus Coffee for my nutty professor.
I also think this is really funny that we're talking about Gainesville when I'm sure Miami fans don't want to hear it. Today is their day.
Well, we'll see. Wait till kickoff.
Oh, do you have a score prediction?
Sure, we'll do that before that.
Okay, all right. So as you mentioned cloud cover, I do want to mention that again. So cloud cover, we said it twice. We said, oh, warmer at night, cooler in the day.
Yeah.
So cloud cover at night acts like a blanket, and it kind of traps that heat. So if we don't reach the 30-degree mark, it would be because of that cloud. So that's a very good point, Mike.
Yeah, we'll see. It's timing. It's what makes our job exciting. You're not like nailing it on the head. You say, oh, the clouds came into the wind. It's just
like,
fun to watch.
yeah,
That's why I
exactly.
like watching and checking in with the weather. That's just something I've done since I was little. You've been into weather since you were
Oh yeah,
very little. as well.
I knew, like, I decided in third grade I wanted to be a meteorologist.
So unusual that we were like that. Yeah.
But that's it. My parents and my aunt and everyone says, "Oh, we knew when you were 3 years old." Because
Yeah.
I used to just go outside and like stare
Just
at the
look
sky.
at the sky.
Yeah, that's
I
what
used to.
most
There
of
used to
us-
be a weather number I called in Washington D.C. area. I still remember it, and I would literally take weather notes every hour and write down the hourly temperature. That's before we had phones or computers.
Yes.
So the 936-1212.
Look
and
at
then
that!
You would actually, I'd write down the wind, and it was cool how the forecast always changed. I noticed between the morning and the afternoon, so I kept track of the clouds, and
That is so. That's the
it's just
thing.
something I've done since I was little.
Most meteorologists knew since we were little.
Little-
this is
yeah,
what we
since I was a
wanted
little
to do.
guy.
And then I feel like most people watching our stream, I'm going to assume you guys are weather geeks like we are
They
at
probably
home
have
if
it
you're
in-
watching.
Yes.
And same thing, they've had this fascination. I meet a lot of people who say, oh, I wanted to be a meteorologist when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then for some reason or another, they didn't. But we all had this like childhood fascination. Like we've known since childhood.
A lot of our memories are centered around weather, so
Yes.
it's something else. So yeah, it's a
2004
part of
hurricane
us.
season for me. That's what did it here. All those evacuations and stuff.
Yeah. that's
So
good
you and I
stuff.
want the warmer weather.
Let's do it. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Wednesday.
Woo!
I will take it.
A
Oh,
more seasonable, milder afternoon. There it is, 67 degrees. And
Like it.
that's a day where I'm probably going to bring Michael downtown. So we'll bring him here and go to the new park. We'll check that out.
Yay,
So we'll bring him
fun.
in. So Michael, my grandson, who's 9 months, he came in from England with Megan and Chris. So I'm taking a couple days, so I'll get to show him the town. And
that's
and we'll have
amazing
some
that he
fun.
can do that plane ride all the way over here to the States.
He's 9 months and has had 3 plane rides. 3.
Wow.
He might have set a world record. What
Yeah.
other 9-month-old has had 3 trips over the pond?
That is great. Well traveled.
And he's well behaved. He's the best one on the whole plane.
I
that's
believe
what they
that. Yeah. That's awesome.
So we'll take get outside.
Yes.
Take the babies, grandbabies, take yourself, and that's the day. Wednesday's the day we get
Yeah,
back
morning's
outside.
still a little bit cooler than normal, but the afternoon is just going to be fantastic compared to where we are today.
And that sunset at 5:53, I'm really liking that extra daylight in the evening. So I've
Yes.
noticed that lately. So bring it on, nature.
I-
So
with-
twilight goes to about 6:15. You want to add about 15, 20 minutes. We're getting there. So.
I was going to say, so last night at the top of the 6:30 newscast,
Uh-huh.
6:30 p.m., you could still see on our downtown camera just a little bit of light out there. And I love that. We're like,
Mm-hmm. It
oh,
is
6:30,
nice.
and you can still see some of it. Like these
Yes.
days are getting longer slowly
And the
but
mornings
surely.
are also getting brighter. So we're starting to gain time in the mornings now, which we haven't
Yes.
done all year
Yes,
long.
we're getting longer on both sides, which
Yes.
is really actually adding to our daylight. All right, I saw that you made this morning, and I really liked it.
Oh, you like the big blue bubble? And
I do.
made it pretty quick. There it goes, the high scoots over. But it just shows you how we're going to be changing this week. So last week we were cold almost all week. This week we finally got that polar air with the high pressure moving east. And what I'm excited about is that the maps, the models are coming to live with maybe better rain chances. I mean, I don't want to ruin any weekend plans, but notice big storms across the country and actually scooping up some Gulf moisture. So we could use a little more rain. Most areas yesterday had about a quarter to a half inch of rain, and maybe we'll repeat it again on Sunday. Maybe we're in that pattern where we get a better chance of rain every 6 to 7 days, Lee.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
So
Come on.
there it is, Saturday. Yep, it's going up. So we'll see. I don't think Saturday would be more of a transition where maybe we can get one more 70-degree day in. That's to be determined. And then we'll see maybe Sunday is the chillier of the 2 days. So if you're making plans, I wouldn't freak out about Saturday, push the panic button yet.
see.
I think that'll iron itself out.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my 7-day forecast for us real quick.
You know, 7-day, really, what surprised me this morning, you say, yeah, we're going to warm up, but it's probably going to be brief. I expected, here in Florida, we get that one big cold week or 10 days. I said, okay, and then it's mainly 4 warm days, 5 warm days, 2 cold days, but we may be going right back into that cold pattern next week. But noticeably, that looks good. We got some 70s in there. We'll talk about that rain on Sunday as our next best chance, maybe a weather impact, and then next week, Long range is now trending colder. Okay, so that was a change that I didn't expect when I came to work this morning.
Yeah, we are still in the thick of winter. I mean, I do appreciate these brief, milder or warmer days.
At least we're not cold 6 months in a row like up north.
Yes.
I mean, we got it lucky here.
Oh my gosh, my grandparents are going down to Naples. They're snowbirds, so they're leaving today, and they're asking me about the weather. And I was like, well, when you leave Jacksonville, we'll be in the 20s because they're leaving early this morning.
It's going to feel like
and then
spring fever.
Literally, I think I'm trying to remember now because I gave them the full forecast, and I know tomorrow and the next day it's in the 70s, and I think it pushes 80 down there.
It does, yeah. Some 80s are coming for South Central Florida. Even Tampa could hit 80 on Friday. So
wow.
We may not see 80 again for a few weeks based on what I'm seeing. February models are still trending colder, which again is a change where the models keep trying to warm us up. So something to watch February. Yeah, we've got plenty of winter left, it looks like, in the pipeline. But it's always good, Lee, being with you. I'm going to head to First Coast Living, do a little weather hit, but
go for it. Thank you for joining me. And if you're still watching, we're going to stick around for a few more minutes.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go over with the forecast really quick, but Prangley's got some work to do. So thank you for hanging out with me, though, and doing this with me.
You're awesome. Okay.
All right.
See you soon.
Ya. All right. We're just going to re-rack here. And Tate, who is my awesome producer and director behind the scenes. Tate, how many minutes do we have left? What is my out time?
Your out time, you probably got about another 7 minutes or so if you maybe wanted to take a break.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and take another live look at that MLK Day parade and get another look at our forecast. We'll be right back. Alrighty, we are taking another live look out at the parade route. Looks like a brief lull there, but look at all the people standing there watching. Everyone's all bundled up. It is chilly out there, but hopefully in the sun, it feels a little bit better for them. Of course, this is a look from the top of our station, and when I was out in the parking lot, standing in the sun, it's not as brutal as you would think the 40s would be, but still quite chilly out there. So here's a quick look at the next couple of hours along the parade route. Temperatures warming through the 40s, getting into the 50s. It was a cold morning. We showed you this earlier, but the frost at the beach, thanks to Brenda Cook Link for sending this in. Frost on a boardwalk is always so interesting to see, I feel like. So our lows this morning came in the 20s and 30s. We were freezing everywhere on that map except for Mayport came in at 34. It's right there on the water on the St. John's. It's hard to really drop down very cold there. Of course, that also means that they have extreme humidity values in summer, and there feels like temperatures are through the roof in the summertime. But I do think, although Mayport comes in at 34, a lot of places in the Mayport inland spots, Atlantic Beach to Neptune to Jack's Beach, you probably, if you were not directly on the water, drop down to around 32. It was just frosty all across the First Coast this morning. Now this afternoon, temperatures getting up into the 50s. So chilly out there, but good bit of sunshine. So as we talked about, hopefully feeling a little bit better in the sun, but we're not warming up too much despite that sunshine. And then this evening, we're going to quickly drop out of the 50s, quickly drop through the 40s and plummet into the 30s. So already by around 8 p.m., I think spots like the Jacksonville airport could already be in the 30s. It'll take you a little bit longer, of course, if you're by the water. And then the temperatures continue to plummet down to around freezing or below. So in the low 30s for a lot of us. Now closer to the water, not as cold, staying in the upper 30s for a lot of you near St. Augustine, Mayport, Palm Coast. And then after that freezing and frosty start for a lot of us, it will be a cool afternoon. I think we're going to tack on a few degrees tomorrow compared to today. We'll take it, right? But the warm up will continue. So tomorrow, not as bad as today. And then Wednesday, the morning starts cold. The morning starts in the 30s, but then in the afternoon, we are seasonal. We are in the 60s. So these temperatures will continue to warm up from there. So usually around this time of year, our high temperature is around 65. So Wednesday's actually a few degrees warmer than that. And the warm up is going to continue even on Thursday. It looked like a little front was going to move through and bring a few showers. We've kept those rain chances low. We're not really increasing rain chances until the weekend now. And so with that said, the warm up will continue to be around 70 by Thursday and low 70s on Friday. So if you're looking to really defrost and enjoy some warmer weather, that's going to be Friday. I mean, Thursday, you'll notice it. It'll be nicer on Thursday, but Friday is a good day. Now, Saturday, I still think it's a good day to get outside. Highs in the upper 60s, so fairly nice. Yes, we have rain chances. I think we could see some scattered showers around on Saturday. I do think the more impactful day would be on Sunday with those temperatures dropping with more widespread rain. Now, there's a lot still to be worked out because it is this system I was just showing you. Let's quickly get through this again. Notice that we will be watching a bigger front move in, and it could bring some winter weather to areas north of us. I don't think we're going to get any wintry precip out of this, more just rain for us. But that is approaching on Saturday, so scattered showers in our area Saturday, and then more of that widespread rain on Sunday. So if you like the warm weather, make sure to soak it up and enjoy it Thursday and Friday, even Saturday, not too bad. And then we'll be cooling down once again. I hope you all stay nice and warm out there today and tomorrow. We will be tracking this all for you, of course, as we head through the week. But in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your MLK Day.